In this video, we are going to compare the SUMIF function with subtotals, because until now you might be thinking that, okay, subtotals can automatically be applied without any effort, without applying the formula. So what is the purpose of SUMIF and SUMIFs then? And that's a very important question. The main difference is the subtotal only works on a single sheet. That means if you have the criteria, range, and all of the data within a single sheet and it's arranged without any gaps, only in that clean situations the subtotal function works. But the SUMIF function can work with multiple sheets, even with multiple files. That means if you are trying to pick the range from some other file as well, it can provide you accurate results, and it can also take it from other sheets. And also, if there are gaps in the data or data is not sorted properly, still SUMIF function should be able to work without any problem. But in subtotals, it needs to be properly arranged, otherwise it will not give you proper results. So to see a practical example of it and how SUMIF is still the best option wherever the advanced functions like pivot tables, subtotals, and all of these creative functions doesn't work, the SUMIF function will still work. Let me show you with example in the very next assignment, which is SUMIF assessment test, where we have the January, February up till December sales for all of these products. And I need to create something like whenever I select a particular month like December, it should show me the total here. But the totals are down at the bottom, and it's not arranged in the traditional sequence like that. So how will we collect the totals from the bottom? Let's see. So this means the month is in the horizontal sequence and the sum range is right at the bottom. So only SUMIF function can be worked here, not pivot tables, not subtotals, because in subtotals, the month needs to be repeated in every single field. Here we have it repeated in every single cell. Otherwise, it won't be able to work. So in all of these situations, only SUMIF function works. So let's do the calculations. But before that, whenever I click on January 25, it's actually 1st of January 2025. It's picking it as a date. So although I wrote January 25, but it is picking it as a date. So what we will make the changes here, we will just write a simple January here and just drag this till December. Now we have it right. Here we just want to create the drop down list based on the months. So just select all the months, right? Months here, and we will apply a data validation here. Select the cell where you want to apply it. Go to the data, go to the data validation, and here we allow it to be selected from list. And what is the source? We have already named it as months. Click OK, and we should be able to see all the months here. So now the selection problem is solved. Let's apply a SUMIF formula equals to SUMIF range. Range is the original data where the months can be found. So it's all this. So it doesn't matter for SUMIF whether it's arranged in the rows, in the columns, vertically, horizontally, in whatever situations, it can still work. Criteria is this: whatever I select it here, it should be able to select and create the totals. Now sum range, we will select it from the bottom. Right at the bottom, we have the totals for each month. Hit enter and we should be able to see the results. So for July, this is the total sales. Here you can see, and if we change the months, it is working perfectly. 107238, 107238 right at the bottom of January. So that's how we can apply the SUMIF function and make the totals of the data in whatever situation. Just try this by yourself and I will see you in the next one.